Howdy folks, it's Mama B and we're going to add on to our Scrumble again. Okay, so this time we're going to add new textures. I have this really cool yarn. This is that yarn that you use to make your little scarves. It's very pretty, got a lot of different colors in it. And it's got a kind of a frayed end here. So I want to get rid of that. I'm going to bring in this thread. This is a finer thread. This is like your Aunt Lydia's size 10. Only this one's acrylic, which I will tell you I do not like crocheting with acrylic so much when it comes to the crochet threads. But I'm just going to kind of crochet through these ends. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just getting all of the ends connected so we have an edge that's going to be where we want it to be. And this is a little bit tricky through here because it's frayed so far back. Alright, I'm just going to pull it through all of them. That gives me a starting place. And I'm going to of course want to tuck that underneath. So I'm going to come here to this nice little bulky place, and I'm just going to pull a string there. Look at that, I'm tying in my purple while I'm at it. And then what will that leave us with? This, we're going to work on that a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to do that right now because I don't want that to pop up and surprise me. So I'm going to kind of work that in. This could be a bit of a challenge, folks. I've not used this stuff like this before. Alright, so now if we start, this being the top, it comes up and we have this beautiful color. So now, the way you use this, this is your outer edge, and we're going to come to this inner edge and just kind of catch it. See if we can't gather it a little bit. Alright. This is just a little bit tricky, but I want you to see how nice it looks when you add some texture of a different kinds of crocheting yarn options. And I'm just catching that final loop there and pulling it in. And this texture is so completely different than this yarn that it's going to be a lot of fun to see what it does. Alright. Give it a little bit of a shot here, because this just wants to roll up. This almost looks like you've got like a fisherman's net in there, right? It looks like I got to tuck that purple in still a little bit more, but you can see it's really a challenge to work with more than one kind of a yarn thrown out, or it's not the kind, but more the fact that I have two different lengths that I'm trying to manage here, right? So I think I've got it about figured out here with the one underneath my arm, the other one going over the top, and then I can just come over here and say, oh, it looks like it needs to loop in there. That will work. So I loop it in there. How's that looking? There's some texture for you, ladies and gentlemen. That is some texture. So we're just going to keep going like that. Keep catching in that yarn. And you can use as much or as little as you want. Again, free form. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you feel is inspiring. and is going to work into the work you're doing. I'm going to do just a little bit more, and then I think we're going to be done with this texture. And then of course I've got to cut it off and figure out just how I'm going to tie in those ends. So I'm going to cut this off here. Nice thing is this will be fresher ends. So, and one less strand I have to manage. So let's finish this by adding just a little bit more of these stitches in there. I'm coming to the end, so I want to tie that down, make sure it's got a connection before I have to worry about those ends getting worked in. Okay, now I've got to go through here and catch all those extra ends so that they're not a problem. Go here, go through there. I really like these colors. Almost done here. All the way across that end because I don't want any frays. And it'll be tempted to fray as it is. Okay, so now that's all. Look at that flexibility and texture, and don't catch it with your hook. And then I'm going to pull this clear over here as far as I can go. And you know, I'm not pulling some of those ends. And then I'm going to try and tuck in those ends and just do a big old crochet hook to hold it all together. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch to take that, so I can cut that off. And there we go. Now let's play with this for a little bit and see what's happening. I've got this bundle of just super soft stuff, and I can add underneath it and just let it be a thing. I've got this texture of the different shapes and sizes and stuff, and this folds up and gives you a little bit of a petal look, like kind of what you'd see on a rose. This does its thing. That's got texture, and I can catch these ends in as well, or just let them hang and do their thing. So there's a lot we can do with this. But now let's say you don't get inspiration. What do? Simple. Stop. Walk away. Come back again when you have more inspiration. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're going to walk away with this being our product for now. And if I get inspired, we'll come back and do more of these, adding on to the scrumbles and building more to give you more ideas. Thank you so much for all of your support and for enjoying these videos with us. We hope they inspire you and help you to be more creative. Have a fantastic day.